What's poppin', y'all? Today we gonna be doing a quick breakdown on Rick Grimes returning in the series finale of The Walking Dead, which I just gotta say was crazy. I mean, especially like that scene when Michonne was like charging into that pit of zombies. Like, yo, bro was going in the same way Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars. Like, fuck. Oh, hold on a second. Go sub to the Thrifty Typewriter. I never checked this shit out, so let's hope this is five. But let's boogie. Oh, no, we don't want to unsubscribe to shit, nigga.
So we have the ending of The Walking Dead. Sorta, but not really, and of course we need to talk about the ending scene in which Rick Grimes, that's right, the man himself, returns to our screens finally. There's a lot to break down in this scene, so in this video, that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going over the scene, what it means for the Rick and Michonne show in 2023, and at the end, I'm even going to show you my reaction to the scene in which Rick returns, where a lot of you are going to see my face for probably the first time. So stick around for that, but let's talk Rick Grimes and Michonne's glorious return to The Walking Dead. So we start off the scene with Rick and Michonne sitting by a fire, both of them writing something down while Rick gives a speech about how much he misses the living and those we have lost.
Okay, so like when they were talking about that at the very end, just real quick, because at the end they were talking about we are the living and all that shit, and Michonne's like going into the to that pit of zombies, and like Rick was getting encountered by that helicopter, and like they're like there's no escape for the living, like, and Rick and Michonne are about to have this spinoff. Like, are they about to kill themselves? Like, am I tripping or I don't know. I feel like I'm reaching with that, but that made no sense to me at all when they were like, "We are the living." Yo, I shout out Negan. Negan was looking like a fucking savage.
Michonne is writing a letter to Judith saying that they're connected and they're connected through all the people that they've loved and
Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, because I wasn't sure about that, because when like her and Rick were both looking into the fire, like I wasn't sure if they were writing to each other or if like Michonne and maybe possibly Rick too were both writing to RJ and Judith, but I don't know. But yeah, like I seen that and I was this whole ending, it was just very confusing.
lost. At the end of their speeches, Rick and Michonne look into the fire, straight on into the camera. Now, is this two separate fires or the same fire? I want to talk about that more in a little bit. The scene is really set up as a send-off to all of the characters of The Walking Dead, and it's a very nice scene, and I was partially wondering if this was all it's gonna be, seeing Rick and Michonne, but thankfully we got another scene, and this is the big one. Michonne sits writing yet another letter, and she's decked out in a cool new uniform.
Real quick too, I just want to know what you guys think in the comment section, like, because Rick and Michonne both have that same phone. I think that's Rick and Michonne on the phone with the Japanese writing. I don't know, but I don't know, man. This whole thing I'm very confused. Y'all let me know in the comment section. What the fuck is going on?
Uniform she got from Wakanda, presumably from this group of travelers we last saw her with in Season 10. She holds the phone that she got also from her last episode and looks at Rick's boots and his bag that she found, while we get yet another voiceover as she's talking to Judith. Michonne says that I know you and your brother are out there, just like I know he's out there. We then flash to Rick, who's barefoot and also
And who is this he? Like, is she referring to Rick? Because like we hear the helicopter again. Talking about there's no escape for the free nigga. I mean, there's no escape for the living nigga. And like and then they say he told you that pretty I don't know, it's just like what the it's just I'm very confused, man. Like this shit just got me twisted.
also writing something down. He too has his phone and his boots and his bag. He puts everything inside the bag before he takes the letter he was writing and puts it in a bottle. Now, this letter, there's a few words and phrases you can make out of it, but nothing too revealing like a location or even a person he's writing the letter for. Michonne gets on her horse and rides off while Rick goes down to the water and throws the bottle as far as he can. He then throws the bag into the nearby boat, the exact same boat that Michonne finds this bag on. But the interesting part of this is that this boat isn't even remotely close to Bloodsworth Island, which is Virgil's island from Season 10.
What happened to that nigga Virgil? I swear, like that nigga was here and then that nigga was just gone.
speaking of which, you guys noticed that Virgil just disappeared and we never saw him again? That's a conversation for another video. But then Rick gets spotted by a CRM helicopter, in which the announcer calls him Consignee Grimes. Now, I might consider myself pretty scholarly, but that's a word I've never heard before, and I'm assuming a lot of other people haven't either, considering when you type the word into Google...
Consignere? I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I mean, goddamn, that sounds like somebody who checked you in at a fancy and exquisite hotel.
People are asking what it means in reference to Rick. Twice. So putting my detective monocle on, I've learned that a consignee is a recipient of goods being shipped. So what does this mean in accordance to Rick? The honest answer is we don't know just yet, but his outfit just might give us a clue. He's wearing a CRM jacket, which is the same jacket that Silas Plaskett wore in The Walking Dead World Beyond before Silas joined the CRM. Silas wore this jacket and had this exact same weapon at a Civic Republic cull facility, so it would make sense that Rick was being held at another cull facility and escaped. So his title of consignee could mean that he's working at the cull facility and he's in charge of shipments, perhaps even shipments of people, since we know that the CRM likes to take people away in helicopters.
That's facts. Because we didn't know who took this nigga in that helicopter. I swear, like, bro, after Rick blew that bridge up, I thought that nigga was done.
He's told to surrender, so he does, but the announcer says, "Come on, Rick, it's like he told you, there's no escape for the living." So the big question becomes, who is the he that the announcer is talking about? And the announcer clearly knows Rick as well, as he called him by his first name. We flash to Michonne, who storms headstrong into a horde of like 8,000 walkers for some reason, as Rick surrenders and the helicopter lowers, Rick smiling as it does so. We also get...
Which also make no sense, because like the screen just went white and Rick was like smiling. Like, I mean, again, bro, just really mind fucked. Like, what is going on here?
A glimpse of where...
But it was pretty lit to see Rick come back though. Like, I mean, like, bro was barefoot looking like he was like one of the background members of Soundgarden or some shit. Like, it was insane, bro. Like, I'm hoping like some other shows take note and be like, you know, just because we killed the main character off, don't mean that nigga can't make a comeback.
Where Rick is, a city that looks very similar to a broken down version of Philadelphia. So overall, this was a pretty great scene. Words cannot even describe how excited I was to see Rick again. You'll see that in a little bit, but there's still a lot to digest about this scene. I want to go back to what I was talking about with the fire and how it was filmed purposefully ambiguous because Rick and Michonne could be there next to each other, hence why they both look into the fire, but then in the next scene they aren't. So I need to talk about the timeline in this scene. Because before I watched this scene over about 20 times, it was kind of confusing. Both Rick and Michonne are in possession of the phone and Boots, but Rick was clearly in possession of it first. So the scene with Rick must take place a few months or so after we left.
You know, now that I'm really looking at that, I don't think that's Rick and Michonne. That looks like Carl, because that little cowboy hat. Is that Carl and Judith? Or maybe I'm tripping.
I saw him when he got charted off in the helicopter in season 9. We know it has to be at least a few months, maybe even a year, due to the recovery process, and Rick, of course, having his glorious, luscious locks back on his head. But Michonne's scenes must take place at the very least a few days, if not weeks or months after we last saw her, given that she has new armor and now she's out of distance with the walkie to talk to.
Yo, I swear when Michonne pulled up in that new armor, she was out there looking like Azula from Avatar.
Judith. So this fire scene could have been the night before both of these scenes happen and they're separate, or it could be sometime in the future when they're reunited. While this scene answers a few of our questions, it poses quite a bit more than anything else. We know that Rick is the one who had the phone, but it doesn't answer if this is Judith or Carl in the picture, and we don't...
Oh yeah, because I guess like Michonne only found the phone when she looked on the boat and got his backpack, so yeah, I guess that makes sense. Which I guess that does make you think that this is happening at two different periods of time.
I don't know if Rick drew this himself, and if he did, how does he all of a sudden know how to write in Japanese? These were questions we already had, but a new question came in the form of the message in the bottle. What does this message actually say? Who is it for, and why did he throw it in the water first?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I was trying to like look at it a little bit ago. It's like in cursive, bro. I mean, I can't read that shit.
Seemingly anyone, the CRM included, to find. Who is the he that the announcer is talking about? And of course, where are the people Michonne found and how did she get this armor? I'm assuming these are all questions that the Rick and Michonne show will answer, but until then, it's just gonna be our time for theories and speculation. Now, if you want to see how happy I was to see Rick, here you go. Alright.
Yeah, I ain't trying to watch this nigga's reaction. You know, nothing against it, bro. But you know, we just want the end. I ain't trying to air no actual footage or nothing. Okay, let's see. Trying to find us.
I've been trying on the reasoning. I think this scene showing Rick's attempted escape is a really Michonne answered a few questions and got us excited to see the continuation of their journey ahead. I've been saying for a long time that it's going to be tough to explain why Rick has been gone for so long, and depending on how they explain it, the Rick and Michonne series could crumble or be great, all depending on the reasoning. I think this scene showing Rick's attempted escape is a really strong start, showing us that he's
So, but I'm just curious, like, because I haven't actually seen a trailer or nothing for it. I don't even know if there's one out or not. I don't know. Is the Rick and Michonne show the spinoff? Is that like, are they just gonna be going after like the kids? I mean, y'all gotta explain that shit to me. I'll look it up in a minute, but goddamn.
he's actively trying to escape to find his family is totally in line with Rick's character and exactly what I wanted to see, and I can't wait to learn more about it down the road. Be on the lookout for my episode review of the series finale, and if you're not already, you should join my Discord. We had a lot of great conversations last night about the finale, and of course this scene in particular. If you're one of those people who was there last night, you know who you are. I just want to say thanks for coming out to talk. It was a really great time, and you guys helped me out making this video immensely. Let me know your thoughts on Rick's return in the comments below, and subscribe for more videos like this. We're entering a whole new era of The Walking Dead, and I, for one, am incredibly excited about the spin-off shows. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the
All right, well, yeah, you know, I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that. Honestly, I don't know why I haven't been talking about The Walking Dead even more, because like you know I've been watching it like a lot on and off. But yeah, man, you know I watched the fucking finale. I didn't watch it the night it happened. I watched it like yesterday, but still, that shit was crazy. Um, and yeah, you know I'm curious about this like spinoff, and once I finish the video, I'm about to look that shit up. But yeah, let's definitely give the Thrifty Typewriter a fucking like and go sub to his channel because this was a pretty good recap. And if you enjoyed the vid, like, sub. I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace. I'm sick as fuck, nigga. I don't got COVID, but I don't know what's wrong with my lungs. But I'm still smoking. Oh yeah, nigga. Still smoking. Marijuana. Nigga.